Okay, if you made it through the first 4 videos, um, Netflix must be really dry for you. You must have watched everything. So, a few more. And now with these videos, what we'll do with each one of the practices is that we'll talk about the theory. Because one of the most important things of resilience is that you become mindful of your body and what's happening, that you understand, that you are aware. Because one of the most challenging things with unmitigated stress is that we lose sight of what's happening. We can fail to see what's true around us. And grounding and breathing and titration are simply ways of recalibrating your body to regain a sense of what's actually happening around you and what's a healthy response and what's a healthy way to live. In this video, I'd like to kind of take us to the point where why I learned to do this and why it was important. For many years, I worked with the soldiers as parishioners in my church and neighbors in my community who were deployed through Fort Drum. For 15 years, I watched people I love be deployed. And upon their return, one of the things that we found was that they were all dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. And many times people feel that that disorder comes through combat. But what the Army discovered and what trauma specialists have since found is that only 10% of the soldiers who are deployed actively see combat, where they're actually involved in exchange of gunfire, where they come under fire, where there's bombs being exploded all around them. But all the soldiers were coming back with post-traumatic stress disorder, which is pretty common. So why is it that only 10% would experience what we would associate with trauma? Why is it that everyone was coming back with the effects of trauma? The answer lies in something called hypervigilance. And that's the reason why I'll make these short videos, and hopefully you'll enjoy them or it'll help or something. But right now we're all experiencing hypervigilance. There's threats everywhere. Things that we didn't expect are happening all the time. Definitions, habits, routines have been lost, and so now we're all searching for how to regain a sense of a normal life. And what those are the triggers that deal with the basic part of our brain called the amygdala. And we call those fight, flight, and freeze. And when you are hypervigilant, you are wondering which one you should do all the time. So you think of a soldier may not be in combat, the soldier might be fixing a vehicle in a motor pool. But all the while they're fixing that vehicle, they're thinking, the people I put into this vehicle are going into danger. The things that I'm doing could lead to their well-being, could lead to their destruction. The things that are happening around me are dangerous. I have to pay attention. I have to be mindful at the highest level. And that's hypervigilance. Normal vigilance is paying attention, looking in front of you, being aware of what's happening in your midst. Hypervigilance is when that you are in tune to danger at all times. And it's very fair to say that right now, most people, perhaps for the first time in their life, are dealing with a lot of hypervigilance. Where is this pandemic going? What's going to happen to me? What will I get sick? What's going to happen to my job? My children are far away. My parents are elder. All those things can be a trigger of hypervigilance, where you don't know if you should fight something, if you should flee something, if you should just freeze. But those are the basic responses hardwired into us to deal with anxiety, stress, fear, threat, disappointment, shock. These are all basic triggers. For most of us, we might experience them from time to time. In a moment of hypervigilance, we're experiencing them all the time. And that's why the resiliency models of bringing calm, restoring the body's rhythm of work and rest, being mindful of your breath, and letting your body heal and be calm, well, that's really something that's needed right now.